Good morning. Yes, of course.
It's going to be another great day, guys.
It will be.
Anything surprised you so far in testimony?
No comment.
Do you think they should go to jail? If you do think they should go to jail, how long do you think they should go to jail?
I do think they should go to jail, but only for like 6 months. I feel like that's reasonable.
A lot of people who think that they should spend jail time for their actions. What would you have to say to them?
Absolutely not. No, it's freedom of speech. I'm just really disgusted, and I'm glad that there's Rebel News and other outlets that actually post the reality of what's going on, and not some bullshit narrative, which is what CBC and other mainstream media do, like Ottawa Citizen.
Robert Krajcik here in Ottawa, Ontario for Rebel News. Tamara Leach's and Chris Barber's shared trial had its third day conclude today. The major takeaway is basically this, that the prosecution played a series of TikTok videos produced by Chris Barber and sent out to his fans, his supporters, other Canadians, anyone who would watch, from the Freedom Convoy demonstration, sharing his thoughts, his views, his advice, whatever. And he repeatedly emphasized that those who wish to join the convoy, those who wish to come to Ottawa and support this demonstration, should do so peacefully. He used that word over and over and over again in many of the videos shared.
Hey guys, we're in Kenora right now. I've got Tamara in the truck with me. Don't let the media portray this as something it's not, because that's what they're doing right now. They're throwing as much shit at the wall right now and hoping something sticks. It won't be called for, it won't be warranted, so let's just end this shit right now. This is about freedom in Canada, ending the mandates, not anti-vax, please. We can do this, right guys?
Yes, we can.
Okay, we're gonna drive safe today. We love all the prayers and the wishes and everything that people are giving us right now. Absolutely overwhelming. Thanks guys.
That repeated emphasis on peaceable assembly from Chris Barber to his supporters and those wishing to support the Freedom Convoy directly undermines a key component of the prosecution's argument, which they laid out in their opening statement on day one.
Hey guys, just a thought here, but isn't it funny how a bunch of pissed off truckers can unite a country better than a sitting prime minister that has done nothing but divide the country for the last number of terms that he's been in? It's coming, Justin. Your day is coming.
The prosecution said that the Freedom Convoy was, quote, anything but peaceful. Yet Chris Barber was referencing Gandhi, talking about hugs and smiles, telling people to keep things uplifting, repeatedly advising Canadians who wish to support this convoy, to attend here in downtown Ottawa, to be peaceful. Now, for those who wish to support Tamara Leach's Legal Defense Fund, please go to helptamara.com. If you want to follow along with us, support our work, and keep up to date with our ongoing reports, please go to tamaratrial.com. Now, we want to share with you some great moments we've had speaking with passersby, some people who were observers in the court, and also we got a few moments with one of the defense counsels for Tamara Leach. So I want to ask a question about today's proceedings, if you don't mind. Today we saw a lot of TikTok videos from Chris Barber's account around the time of the Freedom Convoy's demonstration, and Chris Barber repeatedly used the words peaceful in terms of his calls to viewers, supporters, Canadians, what have you. Do you think that Chris Barber's repeated emphasis on peaceable assembly undermines the prosecution's fundamental claim in their opening statement that the demonstration was, quote, anything but peaceful? Is the Crown undermining its own case by playing that series of videos?
That'll be a question for argument at the end of the case. Stay tuned.
Any comments?
No.
How do you think today went?
It went good. There's some legal arguments to be made and argued tomorrow, so it's part of a trial.
Yeah. Any other comments?
No other comments, thank you.
Thank you. Do you think there should be any consequences for Tamara Leach and Chris Barber for their actions at the Freedom Convoy?
I mean, I don't think there should be any, because we're in a country like Canada. We have the right to protest against our government. We're not in some authoritarian dictatorship like China or Saudi Arabia, for example.
Do you think there should be any consequences for their actions at the Freedom Convoy?
Absolutely not. I was at the Freedom Convoy. They were doing absolutely nothing wrong. I think that the media and the legal system and the mayor and others need consequences because they were not being honest with the people.
Do you think that they should be punished?
No.
Yeah, I feel like they should. You know, they did block up the streets for quite a while, and they caused a lot of problems in the city, especially people with their commutes downtown. So I feel like it's good that they're being punished.
Even then, even if what they did was illegal, for example, blockading the city for 3 weeks, blockading access to the streets, I don't think it was illegal because they always left at least one lane open in the city. And even if they were to be put on prosecution, like what they're doing right now, if it was to be illegal, they should not be getting 10 years in jail, which is what the prosecution and the Crown is offering. Because there are people who murder people and they're out on bail the next day, and they're not even charged. There are a lot of child rapists in this country who, under Trudeau's government, are not being charged. So why are we being charged for peacefully protesting? Why are the organizers of this movement being charged?
The horses trampling people, you can't deny that. They don't give you a full picture. They twist the narrative, and they're just outrageously crooked.
There's a lot of people who think that they should spend jail time for their actions. What would you have to say to them?
Absolutely not. No, it's freedom of speech.
Do you think they should go to jail? If you do think they should go to jail, how long do you think they should go to jail?
I do think they should go to jail, but only for like 6 months. I feel like that's reasonable.
What would you have to say to people that say that we spoke to some kids, some people around your age they look like, and they're walking by and they said they should spend, one guy said 6 months in jail, but truly believe that they should be behind bars for their actions. What would you say to them?
I just have to say to them, why does there need to be a double standard? I know a few weeks ago here in Ottawa, there was climate activists blockading a few streets down. None of them got any jail time. None of them even got a ticket or a citation for blocking the streets down. So why is it okay for left-wing movements to blockade streets and stuff like that? But when we do it, it's a problem. It's a criminal offense. So that's what I would say to these young kids to get them kind of thinking, because there seems to be a lot of misinformation of them. Because they tend to be indoctrinated in schools and follow the mainstream media, of course. So.
Tamara Leash, Chris Barber, Pat King, these were all people that were doing things that other Canadians were not able to do because they didn't have the funds to come to this little tiny town that's run like a little town as well.
For those of you who are able to and want to help Tamara Lich combat this political persecution, please contribute to her legal defense fund at helptamara.com. And for those of you out there that love our on-the-ground coverage, please assist us. Understand we can't do this for free. We have operational costs. We don't get funding from the government like the usual suspects in the mainstream media. So please visit our site at tamaratrial.com and contribute what you can.